Hey there, welcome to Your Life Rocks. This is the place for working Christian moms to get tips and inspiration to create more balance in your life. And today we're going to be talking about how you can bring more of Christ, more of Jesus, more of our Lord into the month of December. Now, I know at the beginning of the month we're always like fully on with wanting to move closer in our faith, go deeper in our faith, but December is a really busy month between things with the kids and fourth quarter for work and all of the extra things that end up on our plate. And if you're like me, sometimes I end up feeling a little bit guilty. So today I'm going to walk you through some different ways that you can kind of approach this so it's a no guilt, but still allows the intention of you moving closer to God in your faith. Now, if this is your first time here, I hope that you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you've already subscribed, please share this video with your friends so that they know that Your Life Rocks is here to support working Christian moms just like them. All right, now these tips come straight from our holiday lifestyle guide. Now, if you don't know, we have a lifestyle guide that comes out every single season, about once a quarter, inside the Your Life Rocks mobile app. Now the app is totally free, the lifestyle guide is totally free, and inside the lifestyle guide we talk about 8 different areas of life. Really, those are the 8 areas that we talk about on the Redefining Balance podcast and just about everything that we do here at Your Life Rocks. But we bring experts together to give you tips and inspiration for that particular area of life. So in there you're going to find things for your faith, for your marriage, parenting, career, health, home, finances, and friends and fun. I hope that you go check it out. I will link to it right down below. And in the faith section for our holiday lifestyle guide, we are talking about how we can move closer to God in the month of December. Now, we actually have 20 different ideas for you in the guide, and we kind of break it up. So there's 5 from 4 different categories. Now, the 4 different categories are things for you to do, how you can show others Jesus and introduce Jesus to them, some things for you to think about, and some things for you to pray about. Now, the reason why this is a little bit of a variety list, and we have 5 tips from each of those 4 categories inside the lifestyle guide, is because if I gave you 20 things to do, that's 20 reasons to have more guilt. So I promise the 20 things are things that you really can work into your already busy working mom day. And everything else you can work into what you're already doing. So it should be pretty simple. But I want to share with you one from each category just to give you an idea. So if you don't have time to go and read the lifestyle guide, you at least get a little bit of tip. But I highly encourage that you go and check it out. All right, let's start with the things that you can actually do. And again, these are all things that are really pretty simple. They're things that you probably already know about, like reading a devotional or getting into prayer. But I want you to go a little bit further. And so one of the suggestions that we have for you to just take your faith to that next level in the month of December is to actually kneel down and pray before bed. You know, so many of us, we maybe used to do this when we were little, or maybe we kneel down and pray with our kids, but do we kneel down and really pray just from us to God, no one else around, just us and Him, and really give thanks and praise for our day and the blessings that He has brought into it? It's a little old-fashioned, and you know, sometimes I will be praying when I'm laying in bed at night or things like that, but getting down on my knees and kneeling before Him just takes it that one step further. So I want to challenge you, if you're not doing that already, and if you are, I'd love to see in the comments if that is something that you are already doing, is kneeling down before you go to bed and praying. But if that's not part of your practice, then I want to challenge you to maybe take that up this month of December. And the next category is showing Jesus to others. You know, we all have our testimony of how we came to find God and how He redeemed us, changed our life, whatever that looks like for your personal testimony. Did you know that our testimony is always evolving, and we can always find different parts of our testimony that might fit with different circumstances? And really, it's such a gift that God has given us to be able to then share that with others. And regardless of how your year has gone, I promise you, you probably have a testimony of how God has supplied every need for you, that He's not left your side, that even in the most fearful of situations, He's given you peace and clear mindedness, which we all kind of need right now. And so as we're moving throughout this month, you're going to hear a lot of people joke around about, 2020 almost being over, thank goodness, and it's been such a crazy year, or maybe even complaining that some of our traditions that we normally have for Christmas are not possible this year. And rather than taking part in that, use that as an opportunity to share the testimony of what God has done for you in 2020, the blessings that this year has brought. And if you can't think of any, send me an email, put it down in the comments. I would love to coach you through this, because I guarantee you there are blessings that God has given you. Our God is a God that doesn't leave us, He doesn't forsake us, and He works everything together for good. Even the absolute worst circumstances, you can see a touch of God in that. And when you can share that testimony to people, now that testimony of God goes over anything that could go bad this year that anyone might be reflecting on as they're going through the holiday season, because it's not about a Christmas tree lighting ceremony that's been canceled or anything else that's been canceled. It's really about glorifying who God is and what He came to do for all of us. Now, the things to think about, there are a lot of things that you can really be thinking about on this list. Well, there's 5, but they're all kind of deeper things just for us to be considering and thinking about. And one of the things that hit me the other day when I was driving home from work, I was listening to a Christmas song. I don't even remember which Christmas song it was, but it just kind of reminded me of God's timing and everything, about how He really selected Mary and the time and history and when God would come among us and be a human being. And we even think about the Christmas story. When you hear it in Sunday school, you imagine the wise men and the shepherds and everyone coming on Christmas Eve to welcome baby Jesus, or Christmas Day, whatever it might be, in the middle of the night. And, you kind of imagine that manger scene in your mind. But in reality, it was over a space of time. It took months, if not, some historians think years, by the time the wise men came and visited Jesus. And so when we think about it in that way, sometimes when we think about things in our own timing, it's instantaneous and it needs to happen right now. Where with God, He's very selective about the way that He works things together in His own timing to make it perfect, to make it exactly as it should be. And so many times I get impatient. That is my biggest thing. I'm always impatient. I'm always wanting and waiting for that next thing to happen. And this year's been really hard for me, because a lot of the expectancy of things has diminished and gone away. And I love that feeling of expecting. But expecting that God is going to do something good in His timing, expecting to see how He's going to work everything out that we're currently facing, is something that we can hope for. It's the good news. And I think that the more we really think about the timing, the perfect timing in which God does everything, can make all the difference. And last but not least are the things to pray for. Now, honestly, I could probably do a list of 100 things that we could be praying for right now. If you are lacking prayer, lacking things to think of for prayer, put down in the comments that you need some prayer suggestions, and I can give you a long list of people who have sent me emails in from listeners of the podcast or in our community that are asking for prayer on different things. But even generally, right now, as we go into the holidays, it is such a time of hope. It's a time of good news. It's a time of rejoicing. But for so many out there, it is also a time that they are hurting. Maybe they have lost loved ones this year and they're grieving. I know for myself, my mom passed away back in September, and those kind of things make the holidays a little bit different for some people. And it's not always about rejoicing and not always about hope. And the more that we can keep people like that in our prayers, that God would touch them, that they would feel the Spirit move, that they would know that He is around them, that they can feel His presence. That is truly sharing the Christmas joy that allows other people to experience what the holiday is truly all about. Now, I hope that these 4 tips on how you can bring Christ into December are really kind of simple for you to bring in and to do. Just think about things you can pray for. Don't always think about everything that you can do, although there are some small things that we can always do. Think about how you can show Jesus to others. After all, it is such a magical time of year, and it is such a time that even the small things can have so much meaning. So be sure you go and check out the lifestyle guide for the full list, the list of all 20 things to bring you deeper in your faith in the month of December. Thanks again for watching this channel. And again, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, keep building a life that rocks. Bye.